Hey guys, this is Three Dudes in a Movie podcast with your hosts Jacob, Tristan, Marty, and Ryan. We watch a variety of classic films and new blockbusters. Then we talk about them. We hope you join us in watching these movies, and as always, spoiler alert. While we'll always keep our content clean, some of the movies we watch may not be. Keep an eye out for each movie's rating, and listener discretion is advised. Enjoy the show.
Yes!
Glad we all stopped
So we're
talking.
definitely recording 12 Angry Men on this one?
That's right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I was so far behind. Hey, is this... So in this podcast, we're talking about movies, right?
We tend to.
What do you mean?
That's awesome.
Sorry.
Dude, are you the angry man?
Every day.
I gotta be honest, those
Every
men
day
weren't
of my
that
life.
angry. Only one of them was particularly angry. No, there's a couple that were.
Well, no, you're right.
But they were not all.
There was one
No.
point, or there was points throughout that all of them were angry
Dude,
at one point.
this is one of the most botched intros we've ever
Were
had.
they angry, or did it seem more like they
And
were
focused.
inconvenienced?
True, we're talking.
Isn't that
Dude,
what it is, though?
dude.
Inconvenience leads to stress, which leads to anger.
Well, I'm just saying.
Fight Club,
sometimes,
anyone?
Is it not?
sometimes you don't
True.
get there.
Is it
12
not just?
Angry
Is
Men
it not
Loaf.
just pride? I mean,
Yeah, we live in a
yeah.
society.
You think you're so important? This guy's on death row now. Like, come on.
Yeah, you got me. You're right.
You want to intro us, Tristan?
Welcome to the podcast.
Well, podcast
This
is it?
guy.
Just
Yeah.
kidding. I already heard the intro. I did it. Jacob got excited about it.
Yeah, you just screamed actually
True. You
before I screamed
And
ice creamed.
so
for ice cream.
So today we're talking about 12 Angry Men. This is a part of our IMDb Top 100.
The
movie
OG,
list.
by the way.
Number
Five.
5. The OG 12 Angry Men.
Yep. Because apparently there's a remake.
I thought you meant the OG
With
poster.
James Gandolfini.
Explain to me why I should care.
By James Gandolfini?
Yes, please.
You know who that is?
Nope.
Sopranos.
I need to watch that.
Yeah. Actually, the
Is he,
drop
is
is
he
on
Tony?
Max, yeah.
There you go, dude. Okay.
The drop is on Max, totally random. I would really suggest you watch it. It's him and Tom Hardy.
Ooh.
It's a good movie.
I mean, that sounds great.
It's a good time.
We watched 12 Angry Men. 57, was it?
It's a TV movie, so I'm not watching it. Yes,
I didn't go that deep into the investigation. 93% Rotten Tomatoes.
But what was 12 Angry Men?
100.
100.
100. Yeah, you can't top
So
that.
this is a
And-
top 5 pick.
And it's definitely not in my top 5 of all time, but this movie was an experience and a half. I had a darn good time.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
And I knew I was going to like it, and I still enjoyed it more than I
It's
expected.
very fun.
Ryan, what'd you think?
It was a pretty good movie.
Why?
It kept my
Just your attention?
What do you
my
mean?
attention. Sorry, it's been a long day.
No,
It
wait,
kept
what
my
was-
attention.
what was
Honestly,
the-
better than the other one we watched. I'm blanking
Star
on the name
Wars
on that
Return
one.
of the Jedi.
No, the one we watched in theaters last night.
TMNT?
Yeah,
Oh, my God.
I feel like this kept my
guy.
attention better.
I mean,
This guy.
here's the here's the thing. The word better is factual. I don't know if I enjoyed it more.
I don't even
but-
know if it's better.
Oh,
What?
I
dude,
mean-
this movie was like.
It was really good for 1957.
I think it's still really good for today.
I
I
think
had
it's
a really
better.
good time watching it and like really enjoyed it, but like
but that's
I've got my
I
notes.
think that's a different conversation.
I've got my notes.
I think
That's right,
with
Jacob
I think
knows.
when we're looking at a movie that's like this, like complete critically, I think there's a different lens critically and just enjoyment.
yeah,
factor.
it's true. It was really good and I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah,
So I started taking notes. I was gonna. I sometimes do that when I'm like when my
watching
brain,
Barbie.
Yeah, when I'm watching Barbie. I've done that with other movies, but
He was
yeah.
watching Barbie while we were watching 12
And
Angry
I
Men.
thought it was really dumb. I shouldn't do it again. And then Tristan called me out on it on the podcast. And when I listened back to our Barbie episode, I was like, I think I'm gonna do this every time. Just stick with
take
it.
notes.
Stick with it.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with that.
I did that the same thing with TMNT.
You took notes during TMNT?
Oh yeah,
I sat next to you and I didn't notice you pull your phone out once. Good job.
I was watching the Cubs game the whole time.
Well, that's your notes.
I guess I was pretty engrossed in the movie then. I watched none of that.
It was my second time seeing it.
It gets me
That's
first.
true.
It's
the
like
Cubs game, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Thanks, Ryan. That was a
For
good one,
sure.
right?
Whatever, dude. You were sleeping. I want to hear it.
have you guys ever been on a jury?
No.
I would like to at least
Not yet.
once.
Never. You never
I
been
got
called in?
I got called
I've-
once,
yeah.
but I had just moved to Nashville.
Okay. so
like-
you just said I'm not here.
I was like, I don't live there. I can't. And they
called
were
it.
like, Yeah, you can't.
I feel like I got something in the mail letting me know that it was like a possibility and
Sure.
then no follow up after that.
Like the draft.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough when
They're
you
like,
apply.
you might get drafted.
You apply for the draft,
and you're
never
like,
follow
that's
up.
not fair. We're talking millions of dollars in an NFL contract.
Yeah. And I was like super pumped because I didn't have to go to work because of it.
Yeah.
And then my boss was like, yeah, we only pay you like $20 a day to do that. And I was like, oh, well, then I'd rather be here.
So I got selected, and so I was in college.
Did you
So-
go?
Yeah, I went.
Dude, you never told me
The
this.
Scranton
Yeah.
Strangler.
Yeah, that's great state. No, so which you can just.
Well, and you were
just say you're
on
in
you were
school.
on the board for Oppenheimer's Manhunt.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I
Security
thought
clearance.
this is a weird room back janitor's closet to talk to.
So why is
Mr.
Jason Isaacs in here?
Yeah. So I did, and it was
Clark.
in college. It was in.
Thank you,
Jason
I'm sorry.
Clark,
Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was wrong. You're fine.
And so I could have.
Jason Isaacs, Lord of the Rings.
What? Sorry,
He
I was
was in
listening
The
to Jacob,
Patriot.
not to you.
He was
Yeah,
in the
we
Patriot.
could-
Also Lord of the Rings.
He
I'm
was
sorry.
also Malfoy's dad, Mr. Malfoy.
All
Yes,
right.
thank you. That's what
We've
I
got
was going
2
for.
episodes to go
Sorry.
here, so
Sorry.
I'm just gonna say it that now. Don't mean to get 12 Angry Men, but what
Yeah.
do you? Yeah. No, I could have used an excuse to like I was at school, which that's what my. But I took it because I was going to miss a civil liberties class.
Nice.
Yeah, because the professor there was so he was so cutthroat, never gave out an A, and he's just wild. I respected him, but then when the opportunity to miss his class and get paid for it, at least paid for gas,
Yeah.
I definitely did it.
Did you tell him you were missing it for jury duty?
Yeah, and he was like, don't you know you can excuse yourself because you're in class? I said, yeah, but it's a civil liberties. I figured this is
I
probably
figured I would do my civil
as
liberty.
good as it gets. And he's like, you're right. So I went, but I was just an alternate. So what they did is they,
Nerd.
You were the guy at the start of the movie got
Yeah.
kicked out.
yeah,
Hey,
well,
leave. Okay.
so they have so the way that it worked, I drove to the courthouse and they had like 100 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, they gave like the basic overview of like, hey, this is what the case is about. Here's our plaintiff, here's our defendant. And then they from that 100, they picked 18. So 12 of the jury and then 6 of the alternates. And so we were there for that, and then they said then they went about questioning some of the alternate. And so then like both sides have, I forget, like 3 or 4 picks to like basically swap people out from the alternates and the rest of us, and then swap people out between the alternates and the jury. And so after that, I mean, it was like, 2 hours tops. And then they were like, hey, here's $100 for gas. And I was like, yeah, I definitely spent that on gas.
Yeah, you're like, it was a 15-minute drive to the courthouse.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
back then it was like, what? $2.50?
Back then.
Yeah.
For a
You're
gallon?
I mean, you're right, but
But the case was it was literally just a property value dispute between a very elderly couple, and they owned a lot of land.
if
on
you
the-
weren't an alternate, you would have had to been there for 6 days. That's what the movie told me.
yeah, and it was on the side. It was like on the side of the highway. They were building a like a strip mall, like a development like that. And so they literally they sold out this parcel of land that was they didn't sell. They sold the parcel the land that they needed to the development, but then it was the parcel of land that they still owned to expand on. I think for the road and sidewalk and stuff that was severely undervalued according to them. And so then they had like a third party appraise the value and that kind of stuff. So I was like, dude, I'm getting out of here. But the professor, my professor, he was like, well, what was the case about? I was like, can't say, it's confidential. And I was like, no, it was a property dispute.
That was a
Because
good.
it always is.
That was a good airplane reference right there.
Yeah.
I wish I started recording you. I wish I had earlier because wow, parcels and land. I never saw any of that coming, dude.
Yeah, dude, it was not a murder. No,
They can't. Well, that one guy in the movie was straight up like, "Man, we got real lucky. It was a murder case, huh?" Because that's interesting. Wait, that was the angry man who said that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you guys? My dad. This is probably not great. My dad will. Anytime he gets called in for jury duty, he's been on as an alternate juror before, and like
Runs in the blood.
the lawyer. It does feel like that. Like some people never get called, and some people always do. But anyway, he said he would actively whatever the lawyer ask him a question and whatever he wants him to say, like he'll just say the opposite, including any demographic questions. You know.
Yeah.
your
Like,
dad
what do you
will.
feel- yeah. Yeah.
That's
It'd be
psychotic. I love
like,
it.
So
Yeah.
you're like just racist on purpose? And he's like, yeah, get me out of a give me go back to work. And I was like, well,
Got 100 bucks for it too.
cost of racism. So
Yeah, it's tough.
Wow.
yeah,
All right.
it's a fun experience.
All right.
I enjoyed it as a young up and coming poli-sci student.
Back when it was important to you.
Yeah, and I don't think I would have done it anymore. Speaking of important, have you guys have not seen this before?
No,
Have you guys seen Mr. Smith Goes to Washington?
I've not even heard those words.
Have you seen? Is it Gideon's Trumpet?
Gideon's Lighthouse.
I was thinking Gulliver's Travels or whatever.
Jack Black.
Yeah, also Henry Fonda, Gideon's Trumpet. Except I think that one he plays like a.
Is that a courtroom drama as well?
Yeah, he plays the inmate. They were the
The
suspect.
criminal?
Yeah, that
Well,
actually-
sorry, the alleged criminal.
Yeah, he actually gets himself out of jail. He runs his own trial.
I mean, after watching this, I feel like I want to watch all this guy's movies. I mean, he was
I watched it.
solid.
I remember watching these in 9th grade for civics class, and that's probably why I enjoyed them so much. It was like young me being like, man,
Yeah.
the
Movies
U.S.
in
justice
class.
system. U.S. justice system's cool.
Oh, not movies in class,
It's
justice
cool.
system.
Yeah.
No, I'm there with you. I think courtroom dramas are one of my favorite genres. I suppose. I guess settings.
Yeah.
I love a good. I mean, I tend to prefer the thriller route, but this was super enjoyable. What's the one with
Have you seen Law Abiding Citizen?
No, I haven't.
Not
I
either.
know I need
That's like
to.
It's Gerard Butler and I think Jamie Foxx.
yeah.
That sounds right.
I know the premise. I've just never seen it, but it seems like
I'm gonna
it's-
look up.
Guys, I think it's like a 23% Rotten Tomato movie.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Jeez. All right. Oh man, Edward Norton.
That's the Hulk.
Thanks, man.
Hold on a second. Are you looking it up?
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking up Ed Norton's Primal Fear. I have a good story with this one.
26, I'm sorry.
Did it really?
Dude, I'll forgive
See,
you.
okay.
For,
IMDb is 7.4.
Yeah, they don't know what they're talking about.
It's the fan
That's
vote.
That's who we use.
No, you use
300
the fans.
we use the fan.
309,000.
We use the
Wait,
fans.
the fan voted 7.4.
309,000 people.
Dude, the
rated it
poster in
six
my
stars.
living room,
Customers
in
always
Mark's
right.
living room. I'm sorry, Mark, it's your living room. The
I just
poster,
occupy
the
it.
poster in Mark's living room is a fan vote IMDb.
Look, man,
so we
men
care.
and women lie, but the analytics don't. All right.
That's what you can twist the facts or whatever everyone in this movie said tonight. I have a fun story about Primal Fear though. I think it was Ed Norton's first major movie, and I know that because of a trivia night one time. It was that one kind of trivia where they do the like
gets
the
trivia?
celebrity.
They ask the questions.
Hey, yep. For 6 points, use these hints. Thanks, man. For 6 points, you get 6 points if you guess the person based on these hints.
Right.
4 with some more
It's like one clue,
inclusive
two clue,
information.
Three clue.
Yeah.
Yep, and 2 points for basically obvious.
Yeah.
I got the 6 point clue. They were like, played an altar boy in this court case drama, born in Maryland in like something. I was like, altar boy, court. I mean, if Ed Norton's that old, it would be Primal Fear, and it totally was. And I had no idea how that came
That's
about,
awesome.
and I got that. It's a good movie though. I really enjoyed it.
Do you know one of Christian? I don't know if this is the. I
I'll
think it
look
is.
up Rotten Tomatoes
Christian
for you on that.
Bale's,
Primal Fear is probably like a 72 by the sound of it.
Christian Bale's first major motion picture.
Seven,
He was like
77.
Pretty good at it.
he was like 12.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That movie was.
Dark Knight Rises.
No, I can't remember it. Oh, that was the second Batman. So, third Batman.
Yeah.
So that really doesn't work.
Yeah, man, I know.
What was the
Only
name of
movie
the
I've seen in theaters 4 times. Dark Knight Rises.
The first major motion picture he's
Yeah,
in.
do you
like
remember
12
it?
Yeah,
No.
Anastasia. He plays her.
Oh,
He plays her younger
yeah.
brother.
He plays the horse.
Yep.
It's wild.
I think that movie's like a 92.
Yeah.
What's Howl's Moving Castle starring Christian Bale?
Moving Castles. Never even heard of it.
Howl's Moving Castle.
How old?
Howl, like,
Oh.
plural, Howls. It is
Yeah.
his name is Howl,
Mhm.
and it's his moving castle.
You're asking the tomato score
It's
on
a
that?
Studio Ghibli, yeah.
Probably 40.
It is a good time. No, it's actually probably pretty. Are you looking it up?
No.
Oh, I'll look it up. It's actually probably pretty high.
Tell her you're an 8 on a scale of 1 to 10, or on a scale of 10. You're an 8 on a skeleton.
Oh yeah, 87 for Howl's Moving
Was
Castle.
it?
87.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really good. Let's talk about this movie because we
Yeah.
did want to keep this as a
So the
kind of short episode.
the very introduction, you do get to see every one of these jurors, which, by the way, you never actually learn their names. You
Except
just-
at the very end. They
Okay.
remember at the end they introduced each other.
Oh, okay.
Just Fonda and Joe,
oh yeah,
Joe
that's
Biden.
right. That's Joe Biden's
And
character.
and I did want to ask. So we'll get into the movie. I did want to ask, just do you guys think that takes away from it at all?
No, because I didn't even notice it.
As I was asking, I had that thought. I was like, but they didn't even notice that happened.
Yeah.
So
And even if I did notice it, nah.
okay,
Technically, one of them gets it like 3/4 of the way of the movie. They're like, "Hey, Baltimore there,"
yeah,
which kind of reminds me of Zombieland.
yeah.
Like
how
you name
the-
him after whatever
Tallahassee
city,
and Columbus.
Cincinnati and Little Rock.
Little Rock.
Is
Little Rock,
Abigail Breslin. Yeah.
And what's the last one?
Okay.
Abigail Breslin.
He's like Budweiser.
Ugh.
Abigail
I don't think she's a very good actress.
Breslin Center.
This is kind of dumb, but Henry Fonda, his character. Which one is he? He's juror number 8.
Main character.
He
Now guilty.
his disposition when in a room full of strangers, I do that every single time. Where he's just leaning up against the window, looking out. He's not really interested in small talk. That's me.
That's
Yeah,
you with
man.
people you know. I feel like I've seen.
With everybody.
Yeah, at
that's
meetings.
right.
And
Dude,
stuff.
I've never
definitely
been
me.
in your house on Christmas Day, but I'm
But
sure.
it's like I'm just looking out the window, like
I think my favorite part of him was, well, why do you think he's not guilty? Oh, I don't know.
I
But
don't.
what if he is guilty?
I'd
Yeah,
like
he
to
might
find
be.
out. Yeah, I would just like to talk
But
it through a
let's
little
talk
bit.
about it. Let's talk about it. And when he grabs that guy's arm, when he goes, "Yeah, she had the marks on her nose," he's like, "Yeah,
Yeah, he
you
was
got
like-
it, dude."
Yeah, what would the lawyer have known that? There's 12 of us and only one caught it.
Yeah.
So, homeboy.
I do think that I know we talked about the remake, the TV movie, but I do think a Ryan Johnson Knives Out
Yeah.
thriller remake would be pretty sick.
It would.
Of the similar premise, but not like
You have to. So one of the things that this does well that Ryan Johnson, it would divert from Ryan Johnson's because Ryan Johnson does the other thing really well, is the storytelling device is each one of them explaining why they voted the way that they do, and that's how you get facts of the case kind of leaked
Yeah.
out.
As we
It's pretty good.
lean into a specific character, a different, I got
Yeah.
truth,
Listen,
truth
the lady
maybe
said
comes
at
out.
11:10 that this happened, and, it's like,
And then
okay,
someone's
so
like,
now
well,
piece it
cross reference. Wait a minute, but that actually means this.
together. Right.
And-
Whereas Ryan Johnson, I think if you did that, it would be cool. It'd be kind of that not dark humor, but that playful humor of like flashbacks. Like,
That's
this
what I
is
was thinking
we
with the
think
jump,
happened.
the jump
Like
cuts.
Knives Out.
Yeah,
Yeah. It would
the
be-
kind of thing where like it reminds me of it kind of reminds me of Ant-Man when they're doing flashbacks
Oh, yeah,
and
when
like
he's
someone's
talking.
and someone's talking, but it's him mouthing
His
it, like
voice
it,
and
but
that
it's them mouthing. Yeah,
That's so
it's
funny.
that kind of thing.
Who would play if we recast him? Who would play it today?
oh,
That's it.
that's
We
good-
need to think of a murderer or the suspect who's going to be on camera for
Rami
3
Malek.
seconds. 100%. Yep.
Not
Or,
says a word, doesn't say a word.
Or that Christopher Nolan guy that's also in Suicide
Rami
Squad.
Malek. Oh.
The
Wait,
Spot guy.
Oh.
Bomb.
I
think
can
his name
never
was
remember
in,
his name.
You guys know if you saw him. He
yeah,
was
of
in
course.
Prisoners. He
Yeah,
was the guy
he's
with
in,
the
Dark-
snakes.
he's in The Dark
The guy
Knight.
with the house with snakes.
oh yes.
I was
But
remembering
he's a little too
I was
old,
remembering
right?
the
I
Dark
see
Knight.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to be a little.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, you just say that.
Sure. Well, yeah. Let's. I
It's
mean,
like
let's.
this Frenchie. here.
Let's think of
Draw some dark circles on his eyes.
juror number 8. Who's our
He's the
not
main
guilty?
lead.
I'm going Bill Defoe
Willem Dafoe.
because
That's just because you think this
That's-
man
he
looks
looks
like him.
just like him.
Because he
to
did.
me.
You're totally right.
You think he looks like Henry Fonda?
And that version of Henry Fonda.
William Defoe even thinks he does. He looks like him.
But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Kick
I-
rocks, dude.
No, dude. Have you ever watched a Willem Dafoe movie and thought, man, that guy is such a great.
That guy looks
But
like.
they can't say Florida
That
Project.
guy looks like. I love Florida
Like a great
Project.
actor?
No, it's
Oh.
like a altruistic character, main character. They
No,
could
he just
carry
looks
movie.
like him.
Okay, well, all right. Well, Johnny
all
Cash.
right,
I
all
think it
right.
should be Johnny Cash, despite the fact he's been dead for 20 years.
No. We could think
Because
of
that
something
guy
better.
looks like Johnny Cash.
He did.
Edward Benz.
What about Ryan Gosling?
Which one is he? As that guy?
As a juror number 8.
I don't think that'd be too bad.
No, I think I see him as Don Draper.
Yeah, I
The
could
Don
see that.
Draper.
Or
The
the
goof-
guy who's running the. Who's the what do we
Running
call
the
that guy?
meeting?
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
that
he's
guy
like, I'm
called?
over this.
Yeah, I could see him as that guy. No, let's
Mark-
actually
Martin
cast
something?
these people. Mark Ruffalo as
As that guy.
Yeah, as juror number
juror
eight.
number 1.
no, I'm saying Mark Ruffalo's juror number 8.
Oh, I
No,
think
I see him
one.
as juror number 1.
Yeah.
The
The
guy
guy
running
who's.
the meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I.
Can't
over.
dude, I could hear him be like, I don't care. Just everybody
Yeah.
sit down.
We're just. I think good juror number 8, Chris Evans.
I was about to say that.
You were too.
I was
This
actually going
is
to
a
say
good
Robert
credit.
Downey Jr.
No, I think he's
No,
a
not
good-
for
okay.
8. Not after Oppenheimer.
Look, well, speaking of Oppenheimer, what about Cillian Murphy as juror number 8?
I don't think he has enough charisma to carry it.
I don't know,
Really?
man. You've never seen Peaky Blinders.
I have
I
seen
haven't,
Peaky
but
Oh, I'm
That's
so
awesome.
sorry. I figured
No, that's
you had.
angry energy. You got to get.
That
How about the guy
an
who?
Oppenheimer?
How about the guy who played Einstein?
Yeah, that guy is.
I do like him, but
Me
he'd be
too.
the
No,
old
he
angry
is.
guy,
True,
or
yeah.
the nice old guy.
No,
No, the old
nice
angry
old
guy
guys
is
go by.
Jack Nicholson.
No. He's too angry in his
He's
movies.
too unhinged.
Angry-
No, I mean for the old
man.
angry guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh
Alex.
yeah. We gotta
Tom
think-
Hanks
who
for
do
the
we-
old nice guy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's good.
Oh, that could be good.
Yeah.
Or,
I think Tom Hanks is juror number 8. I could.
Ooh, 10 years ago.
No,
yeah,
dude, I want to
want
believe him.
I want a younger guy.
Although
Colin
you do,
Hanks. I think Colin.
Colin could do it.
have
What
you guys
about
seen?
Chet?
Have you guys seen the show that Colin leads in?
Fargo?
Yeah, Fargo.
He's in
Season
Fargo.
one. Season 1.
I didn't know that. No,
Yeah.
it's a comedy.
Like episode 2.
No.
That's
Timothy Olyphant.
Very funny. Dude, yeah, that's pretty solid, actually. Yeah, that works.
Who's Let's see who else we got. Who's the guy that is like one that wants to go to the game? He's like, I gotta get to the Yankees.
yeah, the
game.
goofball, the Rodney Dangerfield ripoff.
I would say a while ago, Bill Murray.
Yeah, 20 years
right,
ago.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not now. It'd probably be
Seth Rogen?
I was gonna say Seth Rogen, or like
Uh,
it can't be Jonah Hill.
Not anymore.
No, it's gotta be
Jonah
somebody.
Hill.
Chubby-
No, it's gotta
Jonah.
be. It's gotta be somebody who's a baseball fan.
Jonah Hill. I just kidding.
John Hamm.
John Hamm. Hey, go Cards.
John Hamm. Or
Well, you can't
Big-
put him in the same movie as Don Draper.
Big
You're right.
ham guy.
Parks and Rec. Ann Perkins. What's that guy's name?
Jerry,
No.
Ron Swanson, Nick
Nope.
Offerman. You mean?
Nope.
Oh, Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Oh.
You're like, I love sports. All of that. Go NFL.
No,
Now, here's
yeah,
here's
you've seen the video. I'm
here's a
talking
question in recasting.
About. Burr.
Do we?
Burr, yeah,
Burr's
he's-
the angry guy.
Yeah, he makes that rated.
No,
Do we,
I don't think he's the angry guy.
Is he the guy who doesn't sweat?
No, I think he's that funny guy.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. He might.
No,
he
he
still
does
might
it-
be a little
no,
too
no,
Tom
okay.
angry.
I
Cruise
meant to
is
do
the guy
that.
who doesn't sweat.
Yeah.
There
right.
is a guy. There is a guy
What about
that
Gyllenhaal?
that is like
Bradley Cooper.
that is.
John Hall is the guy who grew up in the slums.
Yeah, I could see it.
Now here's the question though: in this recasting, are there women?
Yeah.
We need like 2, right?
Well, it would defeat the. It'd be a misnomer, but yes, I do. 12
Well,
angry.
okay.
12 angry them.
Florence Pugh and Sarosha.
So but you're gonna
Saoirse Ronan.
Sasha
Yeah.
Baron Cohen.
There
you
you
saved
go.
money by not because you don't have to build the women's restroom.
There was a women's restroom in there.
Just the door.
We put Tom Cruise that walks into the women's restroom.
That's true. In 1986
yeah.
or whatever.
You
Oh.
don't think women talk in the bathroom?
Well, no, I'm just saying you didn't notice that.
I guarantee you that's the only reason.
Well, they had the
why they're in
women's
the
like they had the men in the women's bathroom, but it was a jury of 12 men.
But what if there were women in the bathroom the whole time? They were just scared to come out.
I know they were like, we came in at the wrong time.
the secretary or whatever.
They
is
have
like-
2 knives. 2 knives are in there.
No, one of
Dude,
you
their knives are out.
Jane, could you just go in there and make sure they got enough napkins for lunch for the tuna sandwiches?
She hears the door slam and lock. She's like,
Oh, I'm
no.
in here now.
but she hears everyone voting guilty. She's like, I won't be in here for very long. Oh, not guilty. Oh, come on.
What about Colin Farrell as the funny guy?
Oh,
for
he's
sure.
kind of aloof. He's agitated. He's over it. I could see that.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
like that. Colin Farrell, he does.
He could
it's-
be any of those 12
Well,
men.
I was
He's
just
hilarious
saying, he
in
has his
Grudges.
moments. He has his
Grudges.
moments where he's kind of like he's like wrong place, wrong time, bumbling idiot kind of guy, and then he has his other ones where he's like
He's the
dark,
penguin.
brooding.
Yeah.
Come on, what are you showing me?
I like that.
Oh, man. What
Yeah.
a delightful watch
So
this was.
in the beginning, they talk about they got a leader. We got a Mark Ruffalo character that's like, okay, here's how things work. You know, the hung jury. It's like almost like a civics lessons for idiots, and he
Thank
explains
you.
it to him, which we all needed. Like I said, we don't know their names.
Yeah.
He looked at me when he said it, but whatever.
Which we all
So then they go around the table. They all give an argument like, "This is why I think he did it," and then it gets around to juror number 8. And he's like, "This is why I think he doesn't." And it's kind of starts. It's interesting because throughout it, it is a bunch of his main tool is speculation,
Yeah.
right? Which I think drives home the point of the movie. But it's like
Yeah, because the movie never lets up to the fact that, like, hey, technically, he could still be guilty.
right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Daniel Craig could also be juror number 8. Sorry. He just popped in my brain.
Yes.
And
was thinking that,
also,
but couldn't
I'll say
remember his
this:
name.
there's a lot of really good one-liners in this.
Oh
like
my
the one
gosh.
where he talks about it. He's the original angry guy. He's like, talking about how kids don't respect their fathers anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, "Sir, you never hear that from a kid." And then juror number 8 responds with like he says, "Fathers don't seem to think it's important anymore."
Yeah.
Dude, I'll say this because this is something that I listened to a sermon that was a little bit about this, and the guy, the pastor, his point is like, oh, back in my day, I did do this. Well, our generation, this next generation is so weak in this, and he's like, who do you think taught them that?
Yeah, that's
Like,
a good
who
point.
was it? You're the one that brought him up. So if you're not happy with it, like, what else? And I think that's something that I think in our circles, you have a
Yeah.
tendency to kick the younger generation
Yeah.
while they're down.
Also, that makes me think, since this guy in a movie in the 1950s was saying kids are
Same
soft these
thing.
days, do you think like his grandparents? Do you think children smiled back then like, at all?
Well, this was post World War II
That's true.
and Great Depression. So
And he was very disappointed what they were doing to Oppenheimer at the time.
yeah, he had.
That's true.
He's
That's
like,
true.
I got a flight to catch
He
to
was
DC.
very
I got to
upset.
can.
What
this
year
guy.
was that?
The trial?
Yeah,
It was, if I were to guess,
probably
It probably-
60s though, right?
no,
1954.
I was going to say 57.
Okay.
Yeah, he died in the 60s.
Oh, I thought he lived to the 70s.
And he died in 65.
Died in 67.
Hey, you're pretty close on all these numbers.
I'm always kind of right, except for that instance when I was wrong both times.
And then they bring in the murder weapon, and
Yeah.
they show off the knife.
That was
All right, well,
fun.
who do we
That
cast
was
as
fun.
the murder weapon?
As the knife.
What is the murder weapon? It can't be
Yeah.
a knife anymore, right?
No.
He's like, I got this same gun. Lays it out on the table. I think that really amps it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then everyone's like, "Oh my god, how'd you get a gun in a courthouse?"
No, I think it's. I think if this is a Ryan Johnson film, I think it's an unorthodox weapon. Say like a golf club.
Yeah,
He's like, this
seriously.
is a Nike, dude. This is a Nike putter. They don't even make Nikes
Yeah.
anymore.
Or
He's like, well, I got this one.
one of
True,
those
yeah,
things
it would be
for
something like that.
Your fireplace.
Just a poker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
And he-
walking cane that becomes a sword.
Oh.
Very Kingsman.
that's
He's
a
like, I
good
got
one.
this same one. Yeah, Kingsman. It's like, yeah, that could be cool.
Or
it's
fentanyl.
something.
Well, that's probably more likely. He's like, I got this same heroin.
The opioid epidemic.
How do
God,
we
I
know-
just had a stroke saying those
He's
words.
like, how do we know it? The heroin is laced with fentanyl. Well,
Heroin's inherently deadly, so
roll up your sleeve.
Do you guys
Let's
ever
see.
get
worried about the epidemic.
Well, no. Here in Ohio, people would just put like, there's a thing going on. Where they put the needles in the gas pump, so you pull it, you'd prick yourself with like
I have heard.
someone's used needle
I have
that had
heard
fentanyl or stuff in it.
things about that.
So I even now get nervous pulling or even just the residue.
People
on
are
it.
planting that.
They
Yeah,
were
some
back in
some
2016.
people have like
and it was rampant in Dayton.
really.
Yeah, you had to like really check.
So how
And,
would you check? You like
You look under the handle
so when hiding.
because it'd be back there,
Yeah,
right? And you
right.
kind of pick it up. Just look. Well, I did at least.
Wait, was it?
I
when
was
you-
probably more scared of it
you-
than my family actually
You already
ever was.
so say you
I
already.
suppose
took
you
it off.
could just take the thing off. Right, you can take
Where
the pump off
was
without
it? Was
squeezing.
it within
I
the
mean,
handle or was it on
Yeah, you can pick up the bottom of the.
Yeah,
pump
that's what I would
without
say,
picking
yeah.
up. Yeah, and that's where you just look, and they'd have it kind of lodged in there behind where you'd pull it.
Yeah.
And so where that is, it'd poke you.
Do you still do that? Do you still check?
No, but
But because we've had this conversation, I'm going to at least the next
That makes me
at least the
think-
next
Yeah.
4
That's
times
so
I get
scary.
gas.
But
Yeah.
I've also been told that like, oh, well, even if it doesn't poke you, excuse me, if it just gets into your like pores or whatever,
Oh yeah,
it'll still
probably
kill you.
mess you up. Oh
Well,
wow,
it could kill you. That's what I've heard at least. That's what they told us during
Matt.
And that would
no,
make
Boy
me
Scouts.
12 angry men
Yeah, or dead.
getting killed by fentanyl.
I didn't even like it.
You know anyone who's died from fentanyl?
I knew people who knew people
Okay,
because where I worked, everybody did drugs
that's fair.
and dealt them. So
I got a couple.
They all had a
I
story.
got a couple I went to high school with.
Yeah, they all had a story.
They weren't a couple. I'm not saying there was a couple I know from several people from high
for
school.
sure. But that couple, you know who you are.
That's right. You guys are probably going to, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stop using heroin.
Anyways, keep on making our way down Jacob's.
Yeah. Anyway,
List.
so then we
That's
get
true.
to
JT, take charge.
We mentioned this before, but it does feel a lot. Like a
Okay,
play.
everyone, sit down.
Wait, we did miss the best quote of it
Which
the old
one?
man.
with the old man. Where
Yeah.
he goes, what
Now
he say?
he says a swear word.
No,
So now's our chance.
that was not even close to where we are.
No, we were talking about quotes.
I know, but I think he's kind of going step by step through the movie.
Oh, so when it
But I
happens.
agree
Okay,
that
no, let's do
that
Let's
was
do
the
then.
best quote.
So then,
that. Sorry.
so then they have a.
Did you write that down? Is it in there?
No, but I mean, I do have the rain.
Oh, I'm
I was
never
gonna
gonna
say,
forget that quote in my life.
Remember.
So they take a written ballot, and then the guy goes off about how this dude that just said, "Yeah, I grew up in the slums. I know what it's like." And then he's like, "Well, of
You
course
think you're a
voted
real
against
hero or a bleeding heart type.
And it comes back to bite him because then that becomes the third juror to believe that he's not guilty.
I remember they all say, "Now wait just a minute." That said a lot in this movie. Well, very 50s thing to say, but
The 50s were a wild time. I kept thinking that while they were talking. I was like, man, these people.
What was so wild
You
about
would
it?
use just the amount of extra words they'd use to talk to each other.
Why
now
I oughta-
wait just a minute.
Why I oughta wait a minute?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
go get
What do you mean?
Yes.
Where's the trigger, Rachel?
Careful now, Ryan hasn't seen that one.
A lot of those quotes
sorry.
is when they like fly off the handle about stuff,
Mhm.
and then when everybody gets quiet, they're like, "Oh, you should not have said that. You should
Yeah.
not have said that." Have you seen is it White Kids on the Block?
Yeah,
just kids.
or the,
With
white, the whitest kids
the
you know.
Whitest kids you know.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen
It's with Abraham Lincoln. We'll watch that later. It's
Well, we can't quote that,
yeah,
but
we're not going to quote that one.
you have messed up. Now you messed up. Except he
Yeah.
doesn't say messed.
It's a great.
I want you to know that you texted me about that. You remember when you were like, "What's
I-
that one
it came
video?"
back to me.
Yeah, it stayed in my open tabs for like a year. I would just see it every now and again. I'm like, I'm not closing that.
It's a great. The video is a great portrayal of John Wilkes Booth.
Mr. Lincoln, can you please be quiet? We're trying to watch a play.
Anyway, so then you have the train controversy. With
Yes.
his noise.
That's right.
He says, "I'm going to kill you," and then it was like, "We all do that,
Man,
right?"
that was so. He says, "I'm gonna kill you." Oh, wait, no, we're
It
not
comes
there yet,
back.
are
It
we?
doesn't matter. It
I'm
comes
sorry.
back.
Yeah, that was good.
I do kind of have it.
the
That,
usage of that.
that reminded me of a conversation that I had today about things that you take.
Oh, I was
different-
worried you were gonna say yesterday because you had students yesterday.
Yeah, there was. I had plenty of
You
students.
know
telling me
when Fonda said, or when you tell your kid who spilled something, "I'm gonna kill you if you don't clean that up."
that. Dude, so I was
He
texting.
said that.
I was texting Tristan earlier, and he said, "What?"
no.
Oh no!
So I was
I
leaving.
don't know what I said.
I was leaving
wait,
work.
wait.
I was thinking about just the plan after work before we watched and record. And so then we were all like, "Hey, we're good at like whatever 6, you know." And but then Tristan, you said, "Well, I've got this football game. I'll talk to you guys.
Did they
I'll let you
win?
know."
What?
Did they win?
I didn't go.
Yeah, he was lying the whole time. But that's
No,
besides
I
the
was
point.
planning to go. Sorry.
Oh no! You said you're gonna hang with your
I was
wife.
planning to go. I hadn't necessarily talked to my wife about the plan for tonight yet. So I was trying to fit a football game, hanging out with her, and then also doing this. So I
Which
had to
brings
drop
me-
one of them,
Which brings
which
me
was the
And
football
we made
to
game.
the
this
cut,
conversation
so,
when
yeah.
I said, "Hey, what time? You know, because maybe we're gonna go work out. I just need to know if we can or not, if we have time." And he texts me. I said, "Also, what time you reckon you'll be able to watch and record tonight? Trying to see if Bailey can work out before, if we'll have to separately." He says, "I'm talking to my wife right now," and so then I was a little bit of a gray area here because I was like, okay, either he's like. We had been texting back and forth all day, but then I was like, I texted him like 3 times in a row, and then all I get back is, "I'm talking to my wife right now." And so then I was like, that's probably not. It's probably more likely he's like, "Hey, I'm talking to my wife right now about
I
the
was
plan."
Actually sitting on Ethan's desk, texting my wife, talking to Ethan and Sarah.
So then I was like, it's probably, but he's like, "Oh, let me talk to my wife about it." But then a third option occurred in my head where I thought he was making fun of me, like, "I'm talking to my wife right now."
Forget about it.
yeah,
you
no,
know.
that wasn't it.
And then I was like, well, that doesn't seem like Tristan's humor. And then you text me afterwards, you're like, "Yeah, whatever, 7:30 works." So I was really lost there for a second.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. That was on me.
I sat there and stared on my phone on the highway.
Was there any? was,
He wasn't even in traffic.
was
He
there
was
any
driving.
punctuation, or was it just? Did I just leave it open ended?
It's no punctuation. I'm talking to my wife right now. I said, "Oh, okay," because I didn't know if that was a serious conversation.
That's also not me because I'm a big like exclamation
You are.
point. I use them a lot.
I'm sure your emails are annoying.
No, actually, because my wife proofreads them and takes them out. Actually, I have a. I don't know where my phone is, but I have a text that you don't like my exclamation points, and then she sends me a puking face, and I was like, oh well, that's tough.
Exclamation point's my best friend when it comes to email or text.
Same,
I hope this
And
email.
it's
Up to double.
I hope this email found you well.
yeah. And if I have
Three of
any
them?
question about punctuation, I'm like, comma, period, exclamation point. Sorry, your mom died.
That's too, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Exclamation
Oh,
point.
that
I know you didn't do it on purpose, but I had
my
to. I'm
goodness,
sorry.
I'm
I had to.
sweating
I
again.
had
Dude,
to.
I was trying so hard.
I hate
to move
my
on.
life, dude.
I was trying so hard to move on.
You're the
I
only.
was like-
you're the only person who ever walks into those. Like no one else does it.
Because never
You're
mind.
inconsiderate.
Never
That's
mind.
what it
No,
is.
it's
I'll
funny.
say it off air.
Okay, better. That's
Yeah,
better.
it's better.
Yeah, Megamind speaks for the first time. Has an accent.
Oh, you were making fun of me.
This country is about democracy.
Call him Megamind.
Yeah, it's because he got like 6 head.
I thought he was calling me
He
stupid.
did have a big head.
by
Yeah.
saying Megamind. Yeah, Megamind over here decides to speak up, and then
Well, that is true. That is true.
yeah, it's tough.
So he's asking
tough.
about why would the boy come back? Why would he come back if he knew he killed him? I was like, well, maybe he wants to get the knife, getting Prince. And then Megamind over here goes, did they even have Prince back then?
Yeah, it did.
They did, actually.
Dude, I did that foreign gentleman. I did love how snarky he was.
Yeah, he was good.
He was going after people.
Yes.
Why are you so angry? He basically asked that one guy, "Why are you so dumb?
Yeah,
You're dumb. Do you realize you don't have to be?"
So did you-
And that guy, after that conversation, that guy didn't say another word the rest of the movie.
well, he was also like, "Yeah, dude, I'm just trying to go to a baseball game. Okay, I'm not
That
trying
was
to
an
be
interesting
here."
And in all fairness, sometimes you just can't get out of jury duty.
Yeah.
No matter like, hey, they're asking like, "Can you do it? What's your availability?" Sox Reds tonight or Sox Yankees. I
Yeah.
really want to go. The Babe. And this is way after the
57? Babe Ruth's been dead for 30 years. Just kidding. I don't know when he died.
So they've been using fingerprinting. Police have been using fingerprinting as early as 300 BC in
Oh.
China.
Babe. Right.
Well, or about Japan. How about Japan? 8702.
Okay. Whatever.
And based on
Based on that, I think
based on
1957
John
They could've-
Mulaney.
They could have faxed
I think they had, Lenny-
fingerprints to Abraham Lincoln.
That's true, but only for like 6 years. That has to be samurai.
He's like, why are these samurai faxing me these fingerprints?
Hey, John Mulaney's got a bit about about blood work. You remember that one?
No, I don't like John Mulaney.
You should like John Mulaney. He's funny.
All right, I'll take it. Thanks.
Nah, he's got a good bit about
You want to
forensic
redo the whole
science and-
thing?
What?
The bit.
You want me to just go for it?
In his
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah. So anyway,
All right, we're done.
You know,
This man just had a stroke on there, dude.
to get drugs like a crime.
like you talk to your grandma.
Oh, shut up, Grandma. You know, like you talk to your grandma.
Come on, he's great. He's
Yeah,
great.
that's good.
He's
I
great.
think you guys are funnier doing his bits than he is doing his bits.
I'll take that. Yeah, for sure. I didn't even have to write him.
You should see my Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, let's hear
Yes.
it.
Make sure you look down. You're not looking at the crowd. Yeah.
I love club sandwiches. Hope to be a part of a club one day. I don't know how the joke goes.
How exclusive is it?
How exclusive is it? You know,
I love. Yeah.
there was one that came up on my reels like the other day.
the
Mitch
bed and
Hedberg.
breakfast one? Because that's a
No.
good one. I wish I could remember that one either, but
No, I was like, gosh, this guy.
I think Ryan would love Mitch Hedberg.
I think you would too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you don't like funny things, but I do think that
Whoa!
What do you mean? I like funny things.
I was just trying to get you to wake up a little bit. You're like one of those guys from 12 Angry Men. It's like, yeah, this guy did it. Let's wrap it
Yeah,
up.
the old guy
Yeah.
that was sleeping at the end of it.
It was sucking his thumb.
the one we thought
He
died.
literally looked like he was sucking his thumb.
They didn't
trying
need.
to suck
They
those
didn't
prints
need
off.
to do that scene where that old guy almost died,
Yeah, that was
where
weird.
he stumbled, and then we were like, "Oh, they're gonna kill him," and they just stopped it.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that later he was just head in his arms down on the table, like he might be dead right now.
But then at the end, he's like walking down the stairs with
Yeah,
no
he
problem.
walks down the stairs. He's like, "By the way, my name was Mitchelson
Well,
or something."
As soon as they walk out of that room, the air conditioning hits, and it's just like new life.
Everyone starts apologizing
as
to
soon
each
as
other.
the rain hit, you
Yeah.
stopped them. I called it.
And
Which
by
is-
the way, that
yeah.
dumb guy, that real dumb guy, he's the one who turned the fan on.
Yeah, the fan.
Take that foreign guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what about the racist guy, by the way? Not me, what I just said, but
I mean, half of them were racist.
that's true.
It was the 1950s.
Started off, but Fonda convinced him not to be
Not to be racist.
Dude,
for at least a few minutes.
I enjoyed that scene where they just ignored the racist guy.
That was crazy. Wouldn't this be great? I think that they should have a feature like that on social media where there's just somebody ranting about something. It's like, hey, so-and-so left the chat. So-and-so
Yeah.
is not listening.
Where, like, you're acknowledging to them that you're ignoring them.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm standing over here on this side of the internet. not looking at.
That's
you.
right.
Looking
They-
out the window of the internet.
When you leave group chats, it tells people they have that.
Well, yeah.
No, but it is. I'm leaving specifically because you have this rant, and then when
Yeah.
you're done, it's going to tell me I'm going to join back into the.
As
room.
you're sitting there infinitely scrolling through short form videos, have
I
a
could
button
just-
that you can hit that says left, not just scrolled past.
I also think it would be hilarious if you leaving like having that feature, but you're also watching your phone to see when
Yeah.
to come back
Yeah.
in.
Exactly.
Yeah, I proved my point. But
in
he's
that,
making
in
some.
that, you got to be honest. In that small room, it's kind of what happened.
Oh yeah,
They just waited for him to stop.
wait it out.
They got lucky, and he sat down at the other chair in the corner
He kept looking like Brooks to me from Shawshank.
from Brooks and Dunn.
Them,
Yeah.
Just kidding.
the ones that
Brooks
killed
was he
themselves.
the librarian?
Yeah, he's
He was the one who killed himself. Yeah.
But then I was doing the math. I'm like, there's no way he would have made it to Shawshank.
No.
Shawshank was like in 91.
Few of these guys,
Yeah.
the last of this
7.
cast, the last one of the 12 of them, died in like 2012.
Oh,
And
he
he was
could
like
have made it.
95.
One of
years
these guys
old.
made it that long?
Well, a lot of them died
Yeah, the kid
between
that
like the
killed his
80s and 90s. Yeah, the kid, the
This is the
Italian
kid that did not kill his dad. Sorry.
Sorry.
or that we
94.
don't know.
It's open ended.
I do kind of like this guy. Have you guys? This is a dumb. You guys ever? Have you heard of Too Hot to Handle?
Actually, the TV show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Is that
Is
the
that
new one?
Netflix one?
Yeah,
It's the new one.
No,
No,
it
it's
came out.
like
It came out like
17.
over COVID.
Oh.
Maybe 20.
I feel like I've seen memes about it on TikTok.
Probably.
People making fun of it.
It's
Yeah.
interesting because it's and it's like all other reality TV. It's not really reality, but
Except for Survivor.
the whole or the Amazing Race, but the whole
Brother.
idea, the whole
Duck
I-
Dynasty.
idea of Duck Dynasty. The whole idea
Sopranos.
of oh geez, I just lost my train of thought.
I'm
The whole
so
idea of
sorry.
Kardashian?
too hot to handle is that like you can't. And this is it's graphic. You can't get physical on the island. There's a big pot of money, and every time they
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they put like 12 hot people on this island, and then if any of them ever gets physical, sexually, this is gonna be a fight. It takes away from the pot of money, right? Which seems like it should be a pretty easy thing. Just don't for like a week, but then throughout the course of this, whatever 6 or 7 episodes, however long it is, relationships start to form, like feelings start to form, and then they start dating, and it becomes a dating show. And the whole point, it's kind of wild because it's like no one asked you to do that.
Yeah.
Like no one asked you to. It's kind of like this Lord of the Flies, but with relationships. It's like, so it's interesting with like with the jury. It's like the bailiff is just sitting out there like, man, they just gotta just give me one final
Yeah.
vote, and they're like, no, we have to do it so that it's this way. And it's like no one said that you have to do
It's
any.
true.
Yeah.
You can leave at any point. You can just say,
Yeah.
I'm out.
It's
I'm the one that says he's guilty, and you guys can.
Jerry from Rick and Morty. I'm leaving. Okay, that was always an option.
No one said you had to stay.
Yeah. He
It's
sat
so-
out there and listened to them scream a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And he only came in once. Oh, I thought I heard a commotion. Oh yeah, that guy
Yeah.
almost.
When the guy said, "I'm gonna kill you,"
That's true.
that's when
And then he
came in.
probably looked through the
But
window.
you didn't
and saw
actually
a
mean
knife,
it.
like a knife that he's holding up to, and then
But
the
there
guy
was a train that was going by.
Well, that's true. That's why the bailiff didn't see it. And then he starts crying, and then it's like, man,
and
this
he
guy
was he
might
wasn't
stop
wearing
me.
his glasses. So
That's true.
I like how the movies wasn't enough for that guy, but the glasses was.
Yeah, that's
As
true.
if like he's like, I wear glasses, so I understand. Well, you also just admitted to going to the movies.
And then they're
so-
like, but what if she's farsighted? And he's like, but you're racist. And he's like, well, you got me there. I do hate myself. And that's how that happened.
that's how it
That's how
unfolded.
the last vote.
Should we start wrapping up?
Yeah, real quick question. You guys ever seen Swing Vote? Starring Kevin
Dude,
Costner?
that was one
Check the Rotten
when
Tomatoes
that
on that one.
when that came out, I wanted to watch it so bad I never got to it.
Was that the? Nah, it couldn't have been the last one that.
You're telling me this is the
Dustin
last was it for president?
Yeah, I think
Dude,
so.
that's ridiculous.
It was dumb, but it was good.
In a world where the electoral college isn't real.
38.
Yeah,
38%.
That is higher than I expected.
higher than Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah. And we didn't talk about the best quote of the movie.
That's true.
So then
Now, here's the thing.
oh yeah,
It says a swear word.
We
Do
don't-
we say it? Do
I
we?
mean, I don't care.
Whoa.
Do your kids listen to this show?
Yeah, man, they've heard "damn" before.
Whoa!
From me. No, I'm just kidding.
I say it on stage during
So
my
he turns on.
sermons.
Yeah, he turns on. Yeah, the
The
Hoover Dam.
Rodney Dangerfield guy turns the fan on.
And he's like, "Hey, it just comes on with the lights." Which
And
who walks into a room when the lights off and turns on the fan?
That's true. I don't
Unless
care.
it's midnight,
I don't care.
you're like I'm hot.
I don't care how bright it is in the world. The first thing you do when you walk in a room is go for the light switch anyway. And he starts chucking.
Thought he had something.
I don't go for a light switch first thing I walk into a room.
Oh, really? What do
true.
you go for? The gun?
I was gonna say that.
He's like, I go for the
Not quite.
throat.
I work in the dark a lot.
I
with
go
my
for the
career,
kill.
and so I'm
Sure,
just
you don't need your eyes to
accustomed-
listen.
I'm just accustomed to being in the dark. So
So the whole
You
point of the
merely
movie is
adopted
that
the dark.
He hasn't seen it, dude.
circumstantial
seen the third
evidence.
seen what?
All
He
right.
hasn't seen Dark Knight
Never
Rises.
That's
Lord of
the
the
one I
Rings.
haven't seen.
What was I saying?
He turns on the fan, and then the guy.
Oh, and he starts tossing some papers.
Yeah.
One hits the fan
Yep.
and bonks Joe Biden in the head.
Which we had not up to this Joe, but all Joe Biden said, "Yeah, he might be guilty, but I like what this guy's saying." It was like this cranky old man, and then
Yeah.
finally he like perks up, and then he's like,
He gets hit in the head with the ball
starts thinking
paper,
about
and
things.
he says,
I don't remember.
"Oh, come on, dude!
he goes, "Well, I think that was a damn stupid thing to do."
What a damn stupid thing to do." And then after that, he became just brilliant. He's the reason the guy
he
is.
got angry too.
And after he got bonked in the head with that paper, he's the reason that kid gets to live. I think that's fair to say.
One thing I do like about the movie is that there's a lot of callbacks, like subtle callbacks. So if you're paying attention, it's like, oh yeah, like especially with that guy's relationship with the racist guy who is like constantly like railing about how old. Not the other racist guy, the last guy, the one that takes it personal, has a fractured relationship with his son.
Yeah.
Is the one that's like, this old man doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't be old and happy, basically. And everybody, and then they're like, oh, what was that thing you were saying about being respectful? You're being disrespectful to those that
Yeah.
are older than you. Like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. I did, and it was his character mostly.
Yeah.
because he also did that with.
Saying the guy can remember things.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
saying the old guy who was
Had a stroke.
giving testimony is like, yeah, he's old. How can you count on him to
Yeah.
say anything truthful? Well, that was your argument 3
Yeah.
seconds ago.
Also, nobody else, like when he tore that picture up, like there's no Walgreens you can go to get pictures printed.
Oh, I know, and
Like,
that was
thing's gone forever.
that was good. That was a great scene. Just like it was heart wrenching because it's
Yeah.
like this guy is so angry that he's ruining his life.
Do you think that juror number 8 ever got angry?
No,
But it's 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, I think he did,
I think he walked in angry.
but I think
He chose violence.
It's my secret cap.
Yeah, that's right.
But honestly, yeah, I think he probably was at times. But I mean, they just decided to write him as a character who's level-headed. You know,
Yeah.
Angry or irritated? I think there's a difference.
I think angry,
What's the difference?
righteous anger.
Because when I get angry, it's angry. When I get irritated, it's just like,
You sound,
No.
you sound like the guy like, why are you joining our
what do you
team?
mean?
Yeah,
Why are you voting for not guilty? Because I think he's not guilty. Okay, all right.
No, but you never been like irritated and not angry? Or you
No, I
always
got-
get
no,
angry
here's
when
the
you're
thing.
irritated?
Here's the
All
thing.
of it. It's just
Here's the
full
thing.
wide open anger.
I really don't get
I
angry.
actually believe that.
I really do not get angry.
Too. I've seen you on the golf course.
You done me and Marty.
Yeah, I've seen you throw a club at Caleb.
just walk to the cart. Just walk to the cart.
What did he say?
He's like, was this something I
No,
did?
no. What did you say? You said,
I said, no, go ahead. Y'all keep playing.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
go
I said,
ahead.
no, don't wait on me to sink this chip. Not that I did. And then I threw my club. And then Caleb was like, was it because of me? Was it? And then Tristan was like, no, just walk to the cart. Just walk to the
So just don't look at him.
yeah, that's basically what it was. It was fun though.
But no, seriously, I think I get angry at the little things. So when I'm irritated, that makes me angry. I don't get angry at things that.
And there's a
should make
point
me
of that.
angry.
There's a point to that with the movie is that's like there's a lot.
Is that our number, by the way, Ryan?
No.
There's a
Are we
lot.
going to do it this way, though?
There's
Can
a
we
lot of little
spin it
stuff.
75 times. Sorry.
There's a lot of little stuff that
No chance. Are you serious? Did that just happen?
Wait, sorry. I know you had a good point.
Please, yeah, you go ahead.
there's a lot of little stuff that's going on throughout the environment of the movie that builds up that frustration. Like some of it is anger, but some of it is just like it is that.
Yeah, and like I'm with you because part of it, I'm sure where Fonda would have got upset towards the end would have been like that guy's. He's not saying he's guilty based on anything other than he wants him to be guilty. Like there's no evidence, like which there's evidence that backs his point up, but there's like he's just
a couple
being
of them-
different to be different.
Yeah, one of them, I can't remember which one was like. Is it the Megamind guy that's like, why are you taking this so personal? Like he picks
Yeah.
up on that. But-
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I love the overriding principle that is like, hey, I don't know if he did it or not, but that's not the point. The burden of proof falls onto the
I did, yeah. I really enjoyed that they really started using
prosecution.
beyond a reasonable doubt
Yeah,
as their justification. They're like, well, I have reasonable doubt. I can't kill a guy over that.
and
Like,
and I think that's where all the shift for all those guys come. They walk in going, "Oh, you've got to prove to me that he's innocent," and then juror number 8 is like, "No, I don't. I've just proved to you that you don't know beyond a reasonable doubt that he's guilty."
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference there.
Yeah,
And
this is a movie I will watch again probably. Like,
I do want to watch it.
yeah, I enjoyed it, and I think I probably missed some dialogue. Like, I think it's one of those movies that you miss some dialogue, you pick up the next time you see it.
because it's entirely dialogue.
Yeah,
There's
and-
nothing else besides the knife.
And we barely talked about it, but it did feel like a play you were watching, just one set, and just
Yeah, one room or
Yeah.
the bathroom, but
it was good. It was a good time.
he with a quote I like towards the end when he's like, "We have a reasonable doubt, and that is a valuable thing to have in our system."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like that's something that is. And it goes back to the democracy speak, but like not a lot of other justice systems throughout the world have that sort of idea.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was a good little civics lesson. So what are we doing here? We're gonna go.
So let's rank and then get our next
Okay.
movie.
What are we doing for the next movie, Marty?
Is that our number?
If you want it to be.
Oh,
How many times did you do it?
3.
And it came out that number every time.
No.
Here's the thing: when I was freaking out, I watched him do it. He started at 6, he clicked it again, and it just went to 7, and that really just caught me off guard big time. I know it's not a big deal, but
How many movies have I watched with you guys?
probably 7, 8 maybe.
IMDb's?
IMDb's probably 4, 5. Let's look at watched movies. You have watched 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't watch It's a Wonderful Life, right?
Mm-mm.
So 5.
We haven't done this one, right?
I'll check right now. Yeah, it was the first one we did.
Okay.
Well, that's tough.
All right, so we're going to do this.
We were randomizing a number. What do we got?
Definitely have not done that. I don't think we've done anything in that row. Okay, well, you guys can't see the number, but I'll ask. Are we going with this one? It's our 4th spin. Yes or no?
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
I mean, as long as it's one that we haven't done before.
Well, yeah, but I
Yeah,
have to
sounds
check that.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
yeah.
I don't know. You guys could have been like, no.
No, I was talking to Jacob, not you. I was being sarcastic with him.
Ooh. Wow. All right. I forgot this was on here.
Oh, Requiem for a Dream.
I really don't want to watch this movie.
All right.
Ryan's going to hate this movie.
I mean, if you did, Ryan, you liked Old Boy, right?
You ever heard of drugs?
Let's hit this button again.
Speaking of fentanyl.
Now you're going to make me check what that one is.
We don't have to.
That's got
I
one
mean,
of the
we
Wayne
got-
brothers in it, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
And Jared
Are
Leto.
we switching to that one?
That's
I
how you got
can't
to
switch
start,
to
right?
that one.
we can't.
What is
And
it?
I'm so salty.
What was it?
You don't want to know.
Tell me.
You don't want to
Tell me.
know.
Was it Django?
It's Inglourious Bastards.
Oh.
Oh, we cussed again on this podcast.
Let's
What's
switch
happening
it.
to- No, we're not switching.
I've never seen Requiem, and
And capitulating now assumes that we're not going to get through the list. We got to stick with it.
yeah,
We're going to have to get to it eventually.
that's right. Let's get it over with.
Yeah, get it over.
We got our new releases.
I love
All
this
right.
movie. By the
Who's
way,
bringing
so
the
I'm excited.
heroin?
I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It's going to be a harrowing experience.
It's only an hour and a half long.
Dude, 7 is one of my
you
favorite
serious?
movies of all
Did you
time. I'm a
guys ever-
psychopath.
Hey, so,
Different, though.
have
It's
you ever
way
have you
different.
seen any
Yeah, dude, I'm a
Aronofsky movies?
psychopath.
I've also never seen it.
Have you seen any Aronofsky movies?
Yeah. I watched
Did he
The
do Tree
Whale.
of Life?
No, that's Lion King, dude.
I don't know.
I dislike you. Just kidding. Sorry, I've never said
Which
that to
ones
someone.
have
That
you
was
seen?
mean.
The Whale.
Okay.
Oh, that was him. You saw The
Yeah,
Whale?
I didn't know that was an Aronofsky movie.
Did you like it? I wanted to see it. I didn't see it. Kind of overrated.
No, it's not overrated. It's just like he likes being sad. It feels like
Aronofsky or
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser?
Aronofsky.
Well, he does too.
All right, we gotta rank this real quick.
I've seen Mother, Noah.
I have seen. I've seen
Requiem for a
Mother.
Dream, Black Swan. Oh man,
I've not seen Black
That
Swan.
one's rough.
I'm,
He did Noah.
yeah.
How accurate was that?
It's not. It's not.
Isn't he an
But it
atheist?
does. But it does have.
atheist.
It does have. Well, Mother is a story.
75% Ron.
Mother's
Oh, that's true.
Mother's about Christianity
That's
or
true.
the history of the
It's
world.
literally just the history of the world, yeah.
But Noah has.
It's basically the Bible if you threw Jennifer Lawrence in there.
Noah,
You were saying?
Yeah,
I've
Noah
also
has
seen-
one of my favorite scenes in movies.
So when
That's true. You
it started
chose it
raining,
for that one blog.
They start raining.
It does.
It's just the
it does
first time
start
it
raining,
rains.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
there's also
Let's rank this real quick.
Okay.
You got yours? You want me to go?
All right, so I have at number 8. Well, at number 3, The Shining. Number 7, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Number 8, The Prestige. Number 10, 12 Angry Men, and then number 11, Forrest Gump.
Tristan, what do you got?
I've watched 4 movies with you guys so far. Return of the Jedi. I guess I should do it in order. The Two Towers, Return of the Jedi. What's the other one I watched with you guys? I'm trying to look at this list as I'm reading it.
Were you there for Return of the King?
He was there for Two Towers.
Oh, Silence of the Lambs would be 2, and then this one would be 1. Just out of the ones I've seen.
You
so far.
laughed, and it made me think I said the other thing. Anyway, keep talking.
No, because I laughed because I was like, they're all the same to me. When he said Return of the King, I was like, yeah, dude, it's it. It's Lord of the Rings. So yeah, those are mine, and I've seen most of these movies, so I will actually rank them before.
At the end of the podcast.
Yeah, while we're on the podcast.
I just finished
before
my-
before we hit the end of the 100 movies.
Oh yeah, eventually that would be nice.
For sure. Yeah, I'm done.
Um,
That's it. This one is
You're
the
not ranking
top
these
I've
ones?
seen so
I need
far.
to make a list at this point because I've seen all of them with you guys except for like one of them.
Yeah, you
started
really
to-
should.
As long as you do it before
I
we
wasn't
finish
doing
the
it
list.
because I wasn't going to be watching them all with you guys.
And
then
you
I
pretty much
found
are,
out
yeah.
I did.
He goes at the beginning. It was just one movie that I'd seen with you guys, and 11 movies that I haven't seen, and now
No,
it's,
at the
it's
beginning,
flipping.
Before you guys forced me to have this thing to talk into,
It's a mic.
there was no reason.
That's the industry term for it.
Thanks, man.
No, the industry term for it is a transducer.
Amen. Amen.
Gotcha.
Dude, get got. Where do you think you'd ballpark this one then?
work, they call it a transducer, dude.
Somewhere in the top third, probably.
Okay.
At least so far.
Top 30s. 33, I guess. So let's do it this way.
You're gonna rank them all.
I'm not going to read them all. Looking at our A tiers. Ooh. At number 85, remember, guys, I'm working up. So dead last is 100. And number 1 right now is still Silence of the Lambs, and that is 75. That makes 26 movies. Let's look at our A tiers. We have Gladiator, Two Towers, Avengers End. This is going upwards. Avengers Endgame, 7. Jump into the S tier. Oh, what? We have 12 Angry Men. So that is my 1, 2, 3,
Riveting.
4, 5, 6. The 7th movie that we've watched. 7 out of 26, 25.
So how many movies by the end this will be in the S tier? You think?
Um,
I think that's a valid question.
yeah, it's a valid question. No, I want to answer it.
6 maybe.
It's always
There's already 7. Yeah, I think.
8,
I think
9.
there's S tier.
10.
Dude, there's probably gonna be like 20,
Are you being
25.
Dwight right now?
No.
Okay, sorry.
You
Where
can
does it end?
have. I feel like the S tier needs to be
So this
more
is-
selective
Maybe
list.
I'll trim throughout time.
I'm not
Yeah.
judging you for the list.
No, you're so
I'm
fine.
just going off
yeah.
on-
I think that is a
This
debate.
anime
That's a
stuff.
debate with any list, though, because there's some people who think, hey, it has to be like truncated, like where it's like the F tier or whatever has to have the most. and
Yes.
Going up to S. And then some
Yeah.
people are like, I think it should be evenly distributed.
I don't believe that.
Especially
Especially with this list. I mean, most of these are high quality movies. No, they're all high quality.
Yeah, top 100.
But yeah, exactly. So I mean, I think the F tier is going to be pretty low. There's only one. It's The Pianist. It's because I really just did not care for that movie at all.
Whatever, dude.
Better than Renfield.
It is. I was about to say it. I'm about done with that bit.
That was
so.
the first one, right?
There's yeah, it was.
was
Ryan,
very-
hit the stop,
That's the
dude.
only
Hit
one
the
I have.
stop.
All right,
Oh my
so we
gosh, we
almost
hit
did
an
it.
hour.
I mean, technically, we got 2 more minutes.
Yes, you say it's like 57 or 58. All right, thank you guys
good
for
job.
tuning in. We are now going to go into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but you don't
Which
know
is
that.
going to come out
What do
before
you
this.
mean?
It's going to be a week later, so hold on to your butts. Wait, this is coming
That's
after.
Jurassic
I'm
Park.
an idiot. No, this is the second one. We're doing TMNT first. Man, I don't know what I'm doing. All right, love you guys. Be talking to you. We hope you enjoyed this episode of 3 Dudes in a Movie podcast. If you'd like to learn more, subscribe, leave us a review, and follow us on Instagram, and shoot us an email. Love you guys. Have a great night.